The Movie Critic, release date, plot for Tarantino's final movie. Quentin Tarantino is currently at work on his next film, The Movie Critic, and if he's to be believed, it will be his last as a feature director. In recent years, the Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill director has made no secret of the fact that he plans to retire from movie making after he reaches 10 movies or turns 60. With 2019's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood constituting his 9th film and with his big 6-0 birthday having come and gone in late March. The reveal that his next movie was currently in pre-production certainly seemed well-timed. With these factors in mind, we now find ourselves with what could be Tarantino's final feature film on the way, but what will it be about? While its release date is still firmly on the horizon. Here's everything we know so far about The Movie Critic. With the film yet to enter production, an official release date for Tarantino's The Movie Critic is not yet known. However, if the filmmaker's previous release plans are any indication as to what we can expect for his last picture, perhaps we will see The Movie Critic at Cannes Film Festival in 2024. Sony Pictures distributed Tarantino's previous film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But which studio will handle The Movie Critic remains unknown, and it is likely to be the center of a fierce bidding war in Tinseltown. When Cale was the supposed focus of Tarantino's The Movie Critic, many assumed that Academy Award winner Cate Blanchett would inherit the role. Fresh from her fiery critically acclaimed performance in Tar, with Cale dismissed as the film's subject, it's currently unclear whether Blanchett will appear in Tarantino's final film, but the rumor is still going strong. Other names associated with the movie include Once Upon a Time in Hollywood star Margot Robbie. Still, as it stands, we currently have to take each of these casting rumors with a pinch of salt, as no official announcement has been made just yet. Of course, like any auteur, Tarantino has a batch of actors that he likes to work with, including Samuel L. Jackson, Leo DiCaprio, Uma Thurman, Brad Pitt, Tim Roth and many others. Could his final film become one big Tarantino family reunion? Only time will tell. As it stands, plot details for The Movie Critic are still largely under wraps, after the film was confirmed in March 2023. Its official logline suggested that it would be set in the late 1970s with a female lead at its center. While this wasn't much to go off, many quickly hypothesized that Tarantino's final movie would follow Paul and Cale, a film critic who worked for The New Yorker between 1968 and 1991. Read more on Deadline. Quentin Tarantino's new movie may be a parting shot to a fading species. 3 minutes read. Cale was a prominent voice in the world of film journalism who cultivated a fierce career that spawned enemies and eventually a consultancy job at Paramount Pictures upon the recommendation of actor Warren Beatty. Tarantino has professed his adoration for Cale's work in interviews and throughout his recent non-fiction book Cinema Speculation. However, just as quickly as these rumors started, they were squashed by Tarantino during an In Conversation event at Paris's Grand Rex Theatre in early 2023. It was during this event that he revealed that while his final film will take place in 1977, it will not involve Cale. Still, the year Tarantino has chosen to frame his final movie outing is far from insignificant. It was during 1977 when audiences first glimpsed George Lucas's Star Wars and Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind as the modern movie blockbuster was starting to take shape. This is also a key period during which a new batch of auteur filmmakers, many of whom were birthed from Francis Ford Coppola and Lucas's indie film company American Zoetrope, came to the forefront of pop culture. By the end of the next decade, names like Martin Scorsese, Spielberg and both Coppola and Lucas themselves had become giants of cinema. That certainly seems to be his plan. Over the years, numerous interviews have cited the director as being overly keen on leaving audiences wanting more and to retire before his movies start to feel out of date. Speaking to Playboy in 2012 as per Entertainment Weekly, he teased, "Directors don't get better as they get older. Usually, the worst films in their filmography are those last four at the end. I am all about my filmography. I don't want that bad, out-of-touch comedy in my filmography, the movie that makes people think, oh man, he still thinks it's 20 years ago. When directors get out of date, it's not pretty. Read more on The Hollywood Reporter. Quentin Tarantino's final film is coming. 3 minutes read. A similar mindset was captured during a conversation with CNN, where Tarantino explained, "I've been doing it for 30 years. And it's time to wrap up the show. Like I said, I'm an entertainer. I wanted to leave you wanting more, and not just work, and I don't want to work to diminishing returns. I don't want to become this old man who's out of touch, when already I'm feeling a bit like an old man out of touch when it comes to the current movies that are out right now." And that's what happens. These quotes fueled rumors about what his final movie could be. A Star Trek adventure swiftly emerged as one out there possibility before giving way to the news that The Movie Critic would be Tarantino's 10th and final movie. Confirmed in early 2023, Tarantino is said to have already finished the script, with shooting for The Movie Critic due to take place later this year. However, just to keep audiences on their toes, Tarantino also revealed that he currently has a 10-episode miniseries written and ready to go. So while The Movie Critic may be his final outing on a movie set, the possibility remains that we may see his work on the small screen in the coming years. Movie Critic will likely be released in 2024.